Hello and welcome back. Today is Saturday, March 30th. I have your two best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the page, thank you. Welcome to the page. Thank you for jumping in. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Please leave a like and subscribe down below. It makes me know you like the content. Let me know down below. Is your bracket still perfect? Mine is horrible right now. I still have UConn going all the way, but I think U of I could put UConn a little bit of trouble today. But we're talking about NBA, 3-game NBA slate. Got a pretty great early game, honestly. Pelicans Celtics early on. Great matchup. And then the end of the night, we have Hawks, Bucks. Hey, Hawks have been sneakily pretty good these last few games. And we got a Bucks team that without Damian Lillard tonight. So it's going to be an interesting matchup to see how they deal with that. As always, before we jump into today's plays of the day, we got to recap yesterday's action. We're going 3-1 in best bets yesterday. Could have easily been a 2-2 night, and it could have easily been a 4-0 night. That's how close these were all. Anthony Edwards, let's just talk about it out the jump. Holy crap. He had 21 points with like a minute 5 to go, and they just kept fouling, and the Nuggets kept fouling Ant late in the game. And he had an opportunity to get over 25.5. Thank God we did 24.5 on ESPN bet, but if you did 25.5, you were like this close for getting the over. He missed a free throw. Right at the end, he was 4 for 4 on the free throws. He was at 24 points, or no, he was at 25 points, and then he missed the last free throw in the game to get the over. I couldn't believe it. I honestly thought it was a loser. If you saw my Twitter, I thought it was over. And then Anthony Davis over points. That was one where I was so frustrated at. He finished the game with 24 points. We had 25.5. He just never got the ball late in the game there. That game was a blowout, I believe, in the Pacers-Lakers game. But man, right there for that. AD had a great second quarter and third, but first and fourth quarter wasn't there for us. And then we had DeMar DeRozan. He balled out. Ultimate road warrior for the Bulls. And then Kevin Durant over points. That one hit as well. Nice little 3-1 day. Could have easily gone the other way and could have easily been a sweep, but hey, that's how this all goes. I have my first best bet for you, and let's just jump into it. For my first best bet is going to be in that Celtics-Pelicans matchup. I'm going with CJ McCollum. Over 21.5 points coming in at minus 130 on DraftKings. CJ has been balling these last four games here. He's gotten this over 4 of his last 5, averaging 23.8 points per game. 4 straight 23-plus point games. Gotta love that. Playing a Celtics team in the last 7 games here. Only in the last 7 games here, so small sample size, but they're allowing the most points to the point guard position in these last 7 games. I think in the last 15 games, they're allowing the 10th most points. So, hey, recently they've been giving up points that could be with Drew Holiday being out, but even with him being in this matchup, I'm not afraid because the main reason why we're taking CJ is because Brandon Ingram isn't playing. He's got this over 7 of his last 9 games without B.I. playing this season, averaging 23.6 points per game. He has beautiful volume these last 2 games. He's had 24 shots the last 2 games. He's averaging 20 shots these last 5 games. Last 10 games, he's only averaging 17 shots per game. But these last 2 games, he's had 24 shots in both of them, and he just barely gets the over. He was like 9 for 24 in back-to-back games. Even if he has a better shooting percentage game, he even clears this line. He's gotten this over 3 of his last 4 games versus the Celtics, averaging 24 points per game. He had 1 game where B.I. wasn't playing and he was on the Pelicans against the Celtics. He dropped 38 points in that one. So he has a history of proving that he could score here. This game, I think, is going to be very fun early on. Zion and the Pelicans have been playing pretty great here these last 5 games, so I'm excited to see this one. I'm going with CJ McCollum here with the matchup, and he's been balling out and the volume. So I'm going with CJ McCollum over 21.5 points. For my second best bet, I'm going to be doing a little same game parlay here, a little bankroll builder for you guys. It's going to be 4+ plays in the Bucks-Hawks matchup. 4+ plays for plus 114 odds on FanDuel. Let's just dive into it. For the first leg, come on, it's the ultimate road warrior here. Without Dame, we're going with Giannis, 30-plus points. He's got this over 7 of his last 10 games, averaging 31.4 points per game. He's got this over 1 for his last 2 versus ATL, averaging 29.5 points. I think he had a game of like 15 and a game of like 35. So he's had it and then hasn't. He's got this over 8 of his last 10 away games overall, averaging 32.4 points per game. Hey, like I said the other night, he's the ultimate road warrior for this Bucks team. And he's gotten this over 3 of his last 5 games without Dame, averaging 33 points per game. So 30-plus points. 30 plus points. We love that spot here. And we're going with Jamal Murray for the second leg. I know he was on the ban list for points here, but it's just 20 plus points, and he's been absolutely balling. It feels like the only 2 games he didn't get this mark were the 2 games we took it, so hopefully he gets us back on this one. He's gotten this over 8 of his last 10 games, averaging 28 points per game. Playing a Bucks team that allows the 7th most points to the point guard position in the last 30 games, so they give up points to the point guard position. Over 4 of his last 5 home games as well, averaging 28.8 points per game. He's gotten this over 1 for his last 2 versus the Bucks. Both games were earlier on in the year, so both had Trae Young, but in the most recent one, he dropped 30, so you got to love that overall. And then for the 2 final legs, they're going to be the 2 snipers, only getting 2 plus 3s here. We're going Mikal Beasley, 2 plus 3s. He's gotten this over 9 for his last 10. Averaging 3.33 threes per game. He's got us over 5 of his last 6 games versus ATL. Got to love that. He plays a Hawks team that allows the 12th most threes to the shooting guard position, so Beasley has a great matchup here. I think he's coming in this game having 11 threes in the last 2 games, so that's even better. So I love that overall. And he's gotten this over 8 of his last 10 road games on the year as well. Averaging 3.5 threes in his 8 for his last 10. And then we're going Bogdanovic 2 plus 3s. He's gotten this over 10 for his last 10 games. He's been getting this every single time. He's gotten this over 4 of his last 5 games versus the Bucks, averaging 2.4 threes made per game. He's gotten this over 10 for his last 10 home games with an 81% hit rate on this season. So Bogdan Bogdanovic, watch you sell this one, but probably not. He's had a great hit rate on this. This game's going to be sneaky fun overall, so it's going to be the 4 plus plays for plus 114 odds on FanDuel. Those are my 2 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, hey, hope you're having a wonderful day. We have a beautiful day ahead of us. Beautiful weather here in Chicago. Beautiful basketball, baseball all day. Cubs are playing. Sox are playing. Hey, Elite 8 games. Cannot wait to watch. Sit back and relax and watch these games. Hopefully we sweep the board here with the 2 plays. A little slider, a little smaller slate here today in the NBA. But hey, they know they're taking a backseat to these other games. As always, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Keep on smiling. I will see you in the next one.